Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Bountiful, a mod that adds in an immersive questing mechanic. It's also a mod by ejektaflex and AkiShirai. Before we get into this lovely single block mod, I feel I should thank one of my patrons, FG. Thank you very much for your patronage and support, FG. So, as you can see here, I am in a village, yes, and I have what is behind me, a bounty board. It actually does add a little bit of world gen, this mod does, in the fact that each village should create with one of these little bounty boards in it. Now, if you don't want to have that, you can always craft your own. You can mess around with the configs considerably with this mod, adding in your different bounty requirements or bounty rewards as you desire, as well as setting up how this bounty board works. But before we get into any of that, let's actually show you how it works, at least somewhat by default, and I did make some modifications in this just so you can see some of the variety that is available. So if you right click on the bounty board, you notice that it's got a whole bunch of different bounties in here. Now I upped the speed at which the bounties will populate. Currently I think it's happening every 12 seconds or something like that. One of these will pop up. I'm just kind of guesstimating at this point. But it has a maximum of 17 per bounty board, and each bounty board is separate. They will have different ones in it, so the bounties in here will not match the bounty in this board over here, just for an example. Now, if you look in here, I've got all these papers. These are not craftable, but the bounty board itself, if you turn it on in the configs, is craftable in a very simple manner. Each of these bounties is going to be coming in like a common, uncommon, rare or epic status, depending upon what you may have already inserted into the configs, making the different rewards good. By default, it's set up for vanilla setup, and it's actually pretty well balanced that way. But if you're using this in a mod pack area, it's definitely going to be something you're going to want to customize. And perhaps you can even make it so that this is some of the only ways that you can get specific resources. You might eliminate them from the world and only have them available through bounties instead of your typical quest book actions. Now I have some things in my inventory. If you look here, I have something here, an uncommon bounty, and it's going to expire in about 25 seconds. It's probably going to expire before I am able to complete this. But if you look, it does say requiring 7 wheat, 1 gold ingot, and it's pretty much, you give 7 wheat and you get 1 ingot. Now, let's see if I can actually get enough of that in time. I'll grab a bunch of those. I'll put this on my hotbar, and then all I do is I just right click, and it says bounty fulfilled, and I get the 1 gold ingot. That's pretty much it. I was actually very fortunate. I caught it in time. But if you look, I have other bounties on here that I took out. All you have to do is just grab it from here, put it in your inventory, and you look, this one has a time to complete. I changed the timeline. It's got a very long time to complete this one. Requires 77 diamonds, 4 zombie kills, and you would get a reward of 678 emeralds and 3 gold ingots. Some of these can be a little bit outlandish if you set up the configs to do so, but in a more traditional manner, kill 5 skeletons, you get 7 gold ingots. That one's a little bit more understandable. And it being 32 minutes, that gives you at least 1, if not 1.5 Minecraft days to complete this task. Depending on the mod pack, that may be difficult or easy. Now, if you go over here, I have another one here. Zombie kills. You probably noticed that it had kills and also items. In this case, I need to kill 8 zombies. So I'm going to bring in a bunch of zombie friends, and I'm actually going to kind of cheat them down here a little bit just to make things a little bit simpler. And then I can give them a few swats. I'll be back once I've killed enough of these guys to fulfill the bounty. Now, I've only killed a few so far, but if you look, it does update as you do it. I have currently killed 4 out of 8 zombies. So once again, I will return once I have completed this. There we go. I have completed this. I get 8 zombie kills rather, and my reward will be 1 fairy dust. There we go. I now have a fairy dust, and I can use those to make myself a wonderful set of wings from the wings mod. It's great. You know, it's just some things that you could do. Otherwise, you can have multiple items. You can have apples and wheat. And look, I get rock crystal ore and cooked chicken. You can assign different values to the different rewards or the different requirements as you so desire. It's really, really unique. I do like it a lot. The fact that you can create a whole lot of these and just have this massive bounty board area could be abusable, but at the same time, I feel that if you're going to be waiting forever for something to populate in here, then it could be a bit tedious if you're needing one resource to progress on a pack. and that might allow you to skip by. But traditionally, you don't find these here, it's not craftable by default. You have to actually turn that on. But you will find one in each village, and they are set up to be different, though you could have it so that all of these boards are the same, and people could craft it, and therefore they could just have their own bounty board at their own home base or something like that, and everyone has universal ones. But that's just a thought. I mean, let's look at this one here, apple and wheat. We're going to get a bunch of each of those, apples and wheat, and that should be good for this one, and I'll get a rock crystal and a cooked chicken. I'll get 2 rewards for the price of that one. There we go. And I got the ore itself. I can then break that with a pick and get myself some really good stuff. Plus, I can eat some chicken while I'm doing it. But yeah, I mean, it's a very straightforward and simple mod. I love it a lot. I feel I'm going to be using it in some of the mod packs I may make in the future. And I hope you guys might enjoy it as well. If not already, just start using it if it's in some of the mod packs that you've been playing. So, if you guys have been enjoying these bit by bits, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to spread the mischief to everyone as much as you can possibly find. And don't forget that we are streaming on Twitch most days around 10 p.m. And until next time, folks, I'll see ya.